In this lesson, we will build a simple knowledge base and explore some of the features of NetWeaver Developer. Clicking this button creates a new knowledge base. Let's start by giving the knowledge base a name. We'll click the Properties button to open the Properties editor. And let's add a hyperlink to our website just because we can. In fact, we can add hyperlinks and documentation to most places within the knowledge base. See how the hyperlink button is active now? If we were to click it, it would open a browser and take us to the Rules of Thumb website. Now let's build our first dependency network. Let's give the dependency network a name and a hint to explain what the dependency network is about. I always wear tights on a bicycle when it's 50 or below, and rarely when it's as high as 60, and I have other gear for the rain. So we're going to need two variables, temperature and whether or not it is raining. In NetWeaver, we call these variables datalinks because they will function as connections to some data source. I'll start by adding an AND node. And selecting it. Now to create a data link for temperature. Now we will build a fuzzy argument for the temperature range that works for tights. At 50 degrees, the argument should be true. In NetWeaver, true equals +1. And at 60 degrees, the argument should be false. In NetWeaver, false equals -1. So now we can see the fuzzy curve. Now we'll add the other data link, but we'll do it a different way. Clicking the button instead of the menu opens us. This time we're going to create a crisp argument. Here we can assign an option. In this case, we will choose Boolean true. That way NetWeaver will also accept other answers that mean true, such as a Y or a T or a 1 or the word true. Guess what? I goofed. What I really meant to say was not raining, so let's correct it. Now is correct. We have the argument we want in the arguments used here column. The tights dependency network is now complete. Let's see what the knowledge base outline looks like now. We have one dependency network, tights, and underneath that, or antecedent to it, we have two data links, temperature and raining. We want to create two more topics. I'll show you a shortcut. We need to change the topic type to dependency networks. Now shorts and water tights are in the outline, but as you can see, they don't have a little plus button in front of them. That's because they do not have any antecedents yet. I wear my waterproof tights at the same temperatures as my regular tights, but only when it is raining. The temperature argument I need has already been created, so I can just reuse it. Now to add raining. I guess my earlier mistake was not so bad because I can use the yes argument here. And now two shorts. I wear shorts on my bike whenever it is 60 or above, but rarely if it is 50 or below, and I wear them without regard to the rain. We can view the fuzzy curve before we accept it. And there we have all three of our dependency networks. So now let's put our three dependency networks into a group so we can evaluate them together. Let's give the group name. Because we have added a group, the outline now is organized by groups instead of by dependency networks. Before we get too far, let's look at another shortcut and fill in some information for each of our topics we have created so far. This is the topics editor. Here you can do a lot of things. Most importantly, you can edit the names and hints for all of your topics here. We want to fill in our missing hints. Now that we have the hints typed in, we need to commit the changes. We can do that one topic at a time, or we can do them all at once by clicking at the top of a column. There are a couple of more things to do that are not required, but will make for a better experience. We are going to add choices to our data links. This is the data links editor. You can manage the arguments for the data link on the left tab. On this tab, we can manage choices. As you can see, there are no choices yet. There are a number of options for creating choices. You can make them one at a time. You can convert the arguments into choices. You can build a list of choices from a range of numbers. You can create true-false pair choices or a yes-no pair. First, we're going to demonstrate making choices from the arguments. But I want to show you a different way, so we will delete these. We will create a yes-no pair of choices. Now we will create the choices for temperature. We are going to create a numeric range. The range defaults have been automatically pulled from the arguments. We are going to change the values. Now we will add some basic documentation to the knowledge base. This is the documentation viewer. First, we need to title the document. You can either type in a title or select one from the drop-down list. The drop-down list is populated with all the titles of documentation currently in the knowledge base. We haven't created any documents yet, so the list is empty. This is a document editor. It has the basic feature available in most modern word processors. Whoops, looks like I have a spelling error. A right click and select the correct choice. And save it. Let's create one more. Okay, we'll give out a free copy of NetWeaver to the first person who can correctly identify the origin of this fiction character. The two new documents now show on the Documents tab. The knowledge base construction is done, so now we can play. This is the group viewer. The dependency networks are at the top. The current question is in the middle. Unanswered questions are on the left, and answered ones are on the right. Pick a temperature. We picked 40 degrees. As you can see, shorts are out of the question. Tights and waterproof tights are still running, but neither is certain. Let's tell the knowledge base about the rain. Because it's not raining, tights are the choice for this ride. And if we change it to raining, waterproof tights become the clear choice. Let's try another temperature. As you can see, things are a bit more ambiguous this time. Waterproof tights are still the choice. That's it for this lesson. Thank you.